Hello friends. In this lecture, we'll be completing with our chapter on dissolution of partnership firm. Right? And the good thing is that with this lecture, we'll also end our partnership topic. Right? So, this is the happy moment for us that in this lecture, this is the last lecture for dissolution of partnership firm and your book 1, that is partnership. Right? Now, let us continue. We have done realization account. Right? How you prepare this realization account? The first step I say is transfer all assets to realization account. Right? This we have discussed that in case of realization account, the very first step is that we have to transfer all the assets to realization account. We have to collect all assets at one place and put them in one carton. Then that one carton, I named it as realization account. Then from that realization account, we will sell the assets, and from the amount realized, we will settle the liabilities. Clear? This is what we have discussed. Now, my question is, what will you do if you are not given balance sheet? Let's take an example and I will explain you the topic. Let me tell you the topic name. It is Memorandum balance sheet. You are not given balance sheet, but you are given some information regarding the balance sheet. What is the key points of this? This is not given balance sheet. So far, we have been doing the questions, the discussions where we have the balance sheet. On the date of dissolution, we have the balance sheet, and from that balance sheet, we say we transfer the assets and liabilities to realization account. Clear? But here you are not given the balance sheet. What you are given is given some information regarding balance sheet. Then one important thing, figure of sundry assets is missing. Clear? These are the three important things that you will find when I say you have to prepare memorandum balance sheet. Clear? What is this? You will not be given the balance sheet. You will be given some information regarding the balance sheet, and the figure of sundry assets will be missing, that we have to find out through preparing the balance sheet. Let's take an example. Let's take an example. There are three partners, A, B and C. Clear? The profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. On the date of dissolution, we are not given the balance sheet, but we are given that they have the capitals of 90,000, 60,000 and negative 50,000. That means this is a debit balance of capital. Right? Clear? Then we are given that we have creditors of 60,000, right? Then we are given one important information, that is, they say assets realized 1,50,000. Now what we are given is, we are given the information regarding the balance sheet. We are not given the balance sheet in this question, right? What information we are given is, we are given that there are three partners. The profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. Their capitals is 90,000, 60,000 and negative 15,000. That means the debit balance of capital. Then it is given that we have the creditors of 60,000. This is also a balance sheet item. Then we are given that assets realized 1,50,000. What it means? It means that there were some assets in the balance sheet on the date of dissolution, that we sold the assets and realized 1,50,000. Clear? I repeat again, assets realized 1,50,000. What is the interpretation of this? That we had some assets in our books. We had some assets in our books. We sold those assets and we realized 1,50,000. Right? Now what is the issue? The issue here is that we are not given the amount of assets, but you are asked to prepare realization account. What will you do? You are asked to prepare realization account, but you are not given the amount of assets that are appearing in the books that will be transferred to realization account. They say prepare realization account. Now friends, when you are not given the asset amount of sundry assets that will be transferred to realization account, because I told you the very first step in realization account is transfer all assets appearing in the balance sheet to realization account. Here we don't have the figure of assets, but we know that we have some assets because we are given the amount realized from assets. So what we are going to do is, for this purpose, we prepare one memorandum balance sheet from the information that we have. Memorandum balance sheet. Right? What is the information we have? We have the capital of A, B and C. Right? This is 90,000, 60,000 and C's capital will be here. C's capital 15,000 because it is the debit balance of capital. Clear? So this is our liability side and this is our asset side. Like you prepare the normal balance sheet, we name it as memorandum balance sheet on the date of dissolution. Right? We are given the capitals. What else we are given? We are given the creditors of 60,000. So we'll write on the liability side creditors. This total is 1,50,000, 60,000. We are given that assets realized 1,50,000. That means we will be having some assets in the balance sheet and we sold those assets in the process of dissolution and we realized money, that is 1,50,000. Right? This much information we are given regarding the balance sheet. Can you find out the balancing figure? The balancing figure of this will be sundry assets. This comes to 1,95,000. Clear? Clear? How you prepare memorandum balance sheet? From the information regarding the balance sheet, you have to prepare simply the balance sheet and find out the amount of sundry assets that were appearing in the books, that have been sold, and amount realized from that sale of assets is given to you in the question. Now you can prepare the realization account, isn't it? This is what they have asked for. Now you can prepare realization account. How you will prepare the realization account? First step, you will transfer all the assets to sundry assets. What are the assets in the balance sheet now? We have just calculated this amount of 1,95,000. Clear? And what are the liabilities we have? Talking of only the outsiders liabilities by creditors, 60,000. Now we are given the information that sundry assets realized 1,50,000 and we have to settle the liability of creditors to bank. Creditors 60,000. Now which side is more, debit side or the credit side? Debit side is more than the credit side. That means we have a loss transferred to A, B and C. What is the amount of loss? 45,000. The profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. That means 22,500, 13,500 and 9,000. This is your realization account. So that means if you prepare the memorandum balance sheet, after that your question is normal. It is like you are given the balance sheet, already given the balance sheet in the question. In this you have to prepare the balance sheet from the information given, right? And you have to find out the missing figure of sundry assets from the information, right? One thing is clear. One thing you can identify easily is there are sundry assets appearing in the books. From where? Because it is given that assets realized 1,50,000. But what is the amount appearing in the books, that we don't know. So for that amount we prepared memorandum balance sheet, and once you have prepared the memorandum balance sheet, then you can prepare realization account, you can prepare partners capital accounts, and you can prepare the bank account. Right? Clear? Concept of memorandum balance sheet is clear, friends? Clear? So with this we end dissolution, we end partnership, right? This is all about dissolution and partnership. I hope that you all have understood the concepts, because friends, these concepts are going to help you in the long run, right? If you say that we will learn the topics, right, cramming is not going to help you in any way. Mark my words. Cramming is not going to help you in any way. If you have understood the concepts, you are going to have a very bright future in accounts. See, accounts is going to be one of the most important topics, right? Further, when you will be doing BCom, or if some of you might be planning to do chartered accountancy, right? There, if you don't have the concepts clear of +1, +2, you can't go further. Mark my words. You will not be able to solve the higher level problems if you are not clear about the basic concepts. You know, if some of you, I don't know if some of you are planning to do CA. In CA, you will have this partnership topic, higher level partnership topic again. So if your concepts are clear at this level, I tell you, there the partnership, you will find it very easy. Right? There you will find it very easy. You have very extensive partnership in CA Inter, right? That is IPCC. You have very extensive partnership there. You will get the higher level problems there, but if your concepts are clear, +2 concepts are clear, then you will find it very easy. Clear? Right, friends? So we have covered in partnership chapter number 1, that was basics of partnership. right? Then chapter number 2, we discussed about goodwill. Then chapter number 3, we discussed about change in profit sharing. Ratio, right? Then in chapter number 4, we discussed about the new partner being admitted to the firm, that is admission of partner. Then in chapter 5, we discussed about retirement and death of a partner. Clear? Then chapter 6, we discussed about dissolution. So this is your complete partnership dissolution of partnership firm. So this is your complete partnership topic. Friends, do it thoroughly. I have tried my best to cover all the concepts, all the topics. I might have done the practical problems less, right? I have covered less of practical problems, but I have tried to cover related to topics. I have tried doing one practical problem. Still, if something is left, you can always write an email to me, right? ksjteaching@gmail.com, right? If you have any query related to partnership, any other topic even, if you have any query, you are finding some questions difficult, send the image of that question to my email address. I will send you the answer. Again, I am saying, while sending the image, do send me that the specific area where you are finding it difficult to solve the question. Clear? So that while writing the solution, I can focus on that specific area and make it clear to you. Because I'm again saying, clarifying your concepts, your doubts is very, very, very important. Your concepts are going to take you a long way. When you move to the higher classes, you move to the college classes, you move to the professional courses, whether you are doing CA, whether you are doing CS, whatever, you will find accounts at each and every stage. Even if you go doing MBA, if you are doing MBA finance, there also you will find accountancy. And if your concepts are clear, then it's good for you, right? You will come out with flying colors. So I've tried covering all the concepts. I have tried explaining all the concepts with the logics. Still, if you have any queries, feel free to send me an email at ksjteaching@gmail.com. Right? With this, we end our partnership book 1. We end our partnership concept. So what we are going to start from the next lecture is, we are going to talk about share capitals, share capital and debentures. That is our book 2. Right? Friends, we have covered cash flow statement also, that is from book 3, right? And I got a request from some of my friends that to cover book 3 first, that is the financial statement analysis, right? But to cover that thing is difficult without covering share capital. Because when you are going to analyze the financial statements, there you should be knowing how to write this, how to treat this share capital. So friends, I'll be covering share capital and debentures first, then we will move to the book 3. There we have the financial statement analysis and ratio analysis. In that, cash flow statement we have covered already, right? So from the next lecture, we'll be starting with share capital and debentures, right? So that's all for this lecture, friends. Thank you so much.